You're listening to the LBC Legal Hour with me, Barrister Daniel Bunn. At the time is 9:17. Many of you will have heard over the last few days of the Zoom meeting at Handforth Parish Council descending into chaos.
You have no authority here, Jackie Weaver. No authority at all.
She's just kicked him out.
No,
She's kicked him out. Don't. She's kicked him out. Don't.
This is a meeting called by two councillors.
Illegally?
They now elect a chairman.
No, they can't because the vice chair's here. I take charge. Read the standing orders. Read them and understand them.
So who was in the wrong here and what exactly is the law? Well, parish councils are the lowest level of local government. They're also known as town councils or village councils. They're responsible for things like allotments, litter bins, bus shelters. More importantly, they're responsible for maintaining local village halls and cemeteries and for setting local planning policies for land development. So let's look first at the position of the chair, Brian Tolver. He claims, you heard him claim, that Jackie Weaver, the clerk, had no authority here, no authority at all. Now, Jackie Weaver wasn't one of the parish councillors, but she had been invited as a troubleshooter because of historic problems with that particular parish council. She's the chief officer of the Cheshire Association of Local Councils, and the administration of the parish council is managed by its clerk. The minutes of the meeting, which are available on the internet, say she was there in the capacity of clerk, which does seem to suggest she had some level of authority and a right to be there, which suggests the chairman was wrong to be shouting,
You have no authority here, Jackie Weaver. No authority at all.
So he was wrong about that, it seems. Let's look next at the vice chair's assertion that the meeting had been called illegally. You heard him yelling out,
This is a meeting called by two councillors.
Illegally?
Now, I think he was in the wrong here also. The minutes of the meeting, again, they're available on the internet, show that it had been called by two councillors because the chairman had refused to call a meeting. Now, we don't know why the chair, Brian Tolver, had refused to call a meeting. There can be all sorts of perfectly valid reasons. But the vice chair is seen shouting in the video that the meeting is illegal, and that's wrong. Standing Order 17D, which governs the procedures for calling parish council meetings, says that a parish council meeting can be called either by the chairman or by two other members of the council. And since the minutes record it was called by two members of the council, it was a lawfully called meeting, and the vice chair was wrong to be shouting out the meeting was illegal. Now, the third and final aspect, perhaps the most exciting one, is Jackie Weaver kicking the chair, Brian Tolver, out of the Zoom room, or as the minutes record, excluding the chairman for disruptive behaviour. Now, that caused the vice chair to shout at her,
Read the standing orders. Read them and understand them.
Now, unlike where he said the meeting was illegal, on this point, he was actually right. Standing Order 10 says that any disruptive person can be excluded if, but only if, there's a formal vote by the parish council to exclude them. What the standing orders don't do is allow the secretary or the proper officer or whatever category Jackie Weaver was there in to exclude the chairman without a vote, leading to the immortal shout from the vice chair,
Read the standing orders. Read them and understand them.
Now, we can all have a good snigger at what a bunch of dysfunctional amateurs the member of Handforth Parish Council seem to be. But there is a real lesson here, which is that rules are there to be followed. And if you don't like the rules, change them. Don't have a meltdown.